Oh Lord. Join me on the live, join me on the live, join me on the live. Remember to join me on the Street 919 FM Facebook page. The Street 919 Facebook page and Iwer TV on YouTube. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't want no other. Nobody else could love me like you. Make me feel so happy. Yes, it's true. Jesus, you're my one and only. Your loving is amazing. Yeah, my heart you keep changing. Yeah, my life you keep rearranging. A strange thing, I can't run away from you. My Father, I can't hide away from you. Oh Jesus, I can't stay away from you. Sweet Holy Spirit, I can't move away from you. You're the magnet. Jesus, I want you. Father, I need you. Lord, I must have you. We can't live without you. Sweet Holy Spirit, this ain't no secret. You make me shout like a trumpet. You are the magnet. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. Could do the things you do to me. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, my God. Could do me the things you do to me, yeah. Every time I call on you, you answer my every prayer. Every time I needed you, Lord, you always there. Even in the middle of all my pain, yes, you comfort me again and again. Even in the middle of every shame, Father, you promised to be my very best friend. Can't run away, can't stay away from you. I can't run away, can't hide away from you. Oh Jesus, I can't stay away, no. Holy Spirit, I can't stay away, no. Jesus, I want you. Father, I need you. Lord, I must have you. We can't live without you. Sweet Holy Spirit, this ain't no secret. You make me shout like a trumpet. You are the magnet. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. Could do the things you do to me. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, my God. Could do me the things you do to me, yeah. I don't want no other. Nobody else could love me like you. Make me feel so happy, yes, it's true. Jesus, you're my one and only. Your loving is amazing. Yeah, my heart you keep changing. Yeah, my life you keep rearranging. A strange thing, I can't run away from you. Can't run away, can't stay away from you. I can't run away, can't hide away from you. Sweet Holy Spirit, I can't move away from you. You're the magnet. Jesus, I want you. Father, I need you. Lord, I must have you. We can't live without you. Sweet Holy Spirit, this ain't no secret. You make me shout like a trumpet. You are the magnet. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. Could do the things you do to me. You alone, Lord. You alone, Lord. You alone, my God. Could do me the things you do to me, yeah. My Father, I can't hide away from you. Oh Jesus, I can't stay away from you. Sweet Holy Spirit, I can't move away from you. You're the magnet.
One of my favorite gospel songs. One of my favorite songs by the man called Blessed Messenger. Blessed Messenger. Join me on the live.
That I don't go down on my knees and put Jesus in it. Sinful nature had me feeling so weak, emotionally. Feels like I'm sinking, never
setting the mood for my topic today. I setting the pace for my topic today. So you need to join me on the live.
I can't think of a time or a day or a minute that I don't go down on my knees and put Jesus in it. Sinful nature had me feeling so weak, emotional. Feels like I'm sinking, never to rise no more. Father, yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I go do, what I go do, Lord, I go dead if I don't have you. Here comes Jesus to the rescue. Father, you never ever fail me, yeah. Lord, you never ever fail me, yeah. When I fall down to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me, yeah. No, you never ever fail me, yeah. You never ever fail me, yeah. You never ever fail me, no time. You never ever. Personally, I give you the praises continually. Oh yeah, there's no other like you that could protect me from my little voodoo. I'll go astray. You leave the 99 for me, and it's overwhelming. Yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I go do, what I go do, that I go dead if I don't have you. Here comes Jesus to the rescue. Father, you never ever fail me, yeah. You never, Lord, you never ever fail me, yeah. When I fall down to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me, yeah. You never, Father, you never ever fail me, yeah. Lord, you never ever fail me, yeah. When I fall down to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me, yeah. You never ever fail me. You never ever fail me. You never fail. You never ever fail me. You never fail. You never ever.
Join me on the live. I'm getting ready to go straight into my topic. Join me on the live, Street 919 FM Facebook page. Also join me on Iwer TV.
Here we go. I have come to give you worship. I have come to give you thanks. I have come to give you praises. I have come to lift my hands, oh Papa. Oh. Only you deserve my worship. Only you deserve my praise. Your name I will exalt. Your banner will I raise, oh Papa. Oh yeah, oh. Said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thanking you for peace of mind. Thanking you for mercies. Lord, you've been so good to me. Oh, said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thanking you for peace of mind. Thanking you for mercy. Lord, you've been so good to me. Oh, Jesus, 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 my Jesus, 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 we will praise your name, oh, forever and ever. boy now. On the way is involved, now what we they go? What's in that you?
Street 91 FM.
Mama and Papa come around, put on your dancing shoes, lift up your hands and shout, the boy is hot, we are hotter than fire. Said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thank you for peace of mind. Thank you for mercy. Oh God, Lord, you've been so good to me. Hey, said I'm thanking you for life, Lord. Thank you for peace of mind. Thank you for mercy. Lord, you've been so good to me. Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, my Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh. We will praise your name, oh, forever and ever. Oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, my Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh, Jesus, oh. We will praise your name, oh, forever and ever. Yeah. Strap for noise.
Swaps.
So, this is my topic for today. And I want to say thank you to all of you joining me on the live. I want to tell you what is my topic today. You know, yesterday, I left the studio very heavy-spirited. I felt like, you know, what's going on in my country? What's happening in Trinidad and Tobago? Is nobody seeing what I'm seeing? And I remember there was a caller who called in and he said to me, because I was adamant and was sharing my opinion that I believe that if we come together as a nation, if we come together as a community, we could get rid of the bad elements in our community. I firmly believe that. But there are people, like there was a caller who called in, he said to me, he said, Google, them gunmen and them will kill all of we. I don't know how they're doing that. But he was of the opinion that those gunmen and the gang leaders were more powerful than the people who living in the community. And I sat down going home. No, I went to church. And I sat down in church and I was like, are we saying, have we given up? Have we thrown our hands in the air and say, here what? The criminals have full reign in our country and there's nothing we can do about it anymore. That's what I was saying, and I was in church and I was contemplating on, have we given up as a nation? Have we thrown our hands up in the air? We throw our hands up in the air and we say, here what? We can't stop them, you know. If we stop them, they will kill all of us. You understand? People are fearful for their life. You understand? Is that's the point we reached to. That's the breaking point we have reached to as a nation, where we say to the nation here, what? You know what? Don't go out there. Don't put yourself out there to try to change your community. Don't go out there and open your mouth and lend your voice to change. Do it behind the scenes. So tell the police and let the police deal with that. Call 911 or call whoever and you deal with it in the background. Do one little thing. But the community change that you want to see, don't look for that because they could kill all of we. That's the mindset that some of us are saying and accepting. So today I said, you know what? I want to show you something. I want to show Trinidad and Tobago. I want to show you something internationally first. And then I'll show you something home. Because the caller had said to me, where in the world you know any community rise up against gangs and was successful? Or I want to say it this way. We're talking about our children here. And it starts somewhere. So I want to show you 2 clips. Well, one first of a little boy in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to show you a clip of a little boy in Trinidad and Tobago and how he see, how he thinks, and what he said, what he was saying to some of his friends. And this gave me hope. I want you to look at this. And when you look at this, you tell me, we're going to discuss. Because I left here wondering, studying it. I went home thinking about it. And I said to myself, are we going to just throw our hands up in the air? Are we saying that the gunmen and them, we have given them full reign of our communities? That's what we're saying. I want you to look at this. I want you to join me on the live, and I want you to watch this video. I want you to listen to this video, and then I'm going to come back and play you an international video, and then I'll show you a local video. And that is why I will not accept the rubbish. I will not accept the mindset that we can't do nothing. We can't come together as a community to change it. I'm not accepting it. If pastors want to accept it, if bishops want to accept it, if whoever want to accept it, that is your business. I'm not accepting it. Sorry. So look at this, and you tell me.
First, all this shit, and when you blackhead people and then they be making joke at themselves, you know, like clown. But we don't work together and show other people we better than them. But no, thing, rah.
All right, China.
What? And you're not poorly there. Bring that for me. Come now, dear. Yeah. Hey, what is no? Hey, don't play my note. Let it play. They go and stomp that shot.
See how he play out the whole, he do a role play of the community and how in his generation, how they think. You hear how he put it across? I'll play it one more time. Maybe you're now joining the live, and maybe you want to understand the mindset of the youth, and you want to understand how a youth is saying, hey, rubbish. We need to change the way we think. I want you to watch it one more time.
Real talk.
See, first all this shit, and when you blackhead people and then they be making joke at themselves, you know, like clown. But we don't work together and show other people we better than them. But
you hear what he said? You heard what he said? He is no more than 15 years. This little fella is no more than 15 years old. But hear what he is saying. He ain't no preacher, eh? Listen what he's saying.
Real talk.
see, first all this shit, and when you blackhead people and then they be making joke at themselves, you know, like clown. But we don't work together and show other people we better than them.
But you know why here we gonna say now, you know why we wouldn't do it? Let me show you why. Hear what he's saying.
No, thing, rah.
All right, China.
What? And you're not poorly there. Bring that for me. Come now, dear. Yeah. Hey, what is no? Hey, don't play my note. Let it play. They go and stomp that shot.
Wow.
Real.
Wow. I want to show you now internationally, because the caller said to me, where Google, where in the world do you know, or have you ever seen people come together to stamp out? I want to show you it. I want to show you this.
Not many good news stories.
I want to show you this. This was a story that was going viral all over social media, and it died off. And I begged, and I said, I wish if I could find back this video. And I want to thank Bruce for sending it for me. Look at this video.
How much do we love those dads?
So my question is, could it happen in Trinidad and Tobago? We have a pattern we could follow. You see, we want to throw it on the government. We want to throw it on boot camp. We want to throw it on everything else. We want to say this and we want to say that. How about some of you pastors come out from the comfort of your microphone and use some men from your church and adopt a school? Huh? Why some of you pastors? Why some of you men in the community who say can't work, they go kill all our we? How it is those fathers didn't believe that, hey, those youths and them could turn on all of us? Huh? We done fail in our mind before we even attempt to start. So when I come back from the break, I will show you. That was America. I'll show you a woman with some of her friends went in a community and what she said to them. We need to stop believing that and throwing our hands in the air and giving up on our children. Coming back after the break.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. Don't know.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as nano silver, nano zinc, body light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the Street 919 FM.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday
from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
The
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check out the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You every Friday evening from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He had showeth thee, O main, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. In the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For further information, call 753-1133 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Right, so I'm back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm not sticking because I have just 1 hour again with you. So I want you to come on the live and see this video. Listen to the video. Listen to the contents of the video. And after that, I'm going to open up the phone lines. All right? After that, I'm going to open up the phone lines and hear what you have to say. Don't tell me we can't do it. I'm not accepting that. Listen to this.
And my brothers and everyone said they spent time in jail. I got 16 years. Drugs, guns, and ammunition. And on top of that, I was living with a so-called head. I am speaking to the woman. Right here. I'm speaking to all the women, all the female counterparts. You have a very important part to play in crime. Oh, yeah. Because if I tell him run, he used to run and he wasn't no imps. But the emotions. But here it end. I in a cell serving an 8-year sentence and the blowy head in front of my daughter. No drugs, no guns, my big gold, my Benz, my Lexus, nothing could stand up. I had to sit down in a prison. I couldn't even bury him. So if you really love your brother and you really love the zest, real zesting is free will zesting. But in jail there's no zesting, real talk. The real zesters is the tongue key. No matter how much phone the traffic, how much money I get, how much things, them run the show. Women, we have a very important part to play. Because when he come home and he take off his clothes and real blood and he say, hide that gun for me. I so love that I didn't understand or overstand what was taking place. I hide it. AK, 9s, Ruger, 28, 22, 38, all kind of gun in my child pampers. And when I saw in love, I'm moving with the keys in my handbag. Because police ain't stopping me in my nice heels and suit. I used to work University of the West Indies. But I leave 3 children that I ain't see 2 in 17 years. I can't get no visa. It don't just affect you here. It affects you all over. I can't travel to nowhere that they say get a US visa as yet. That's right. And still, I am still the usual suspect. That's Papa Willie, child mother, you know. That's the one that killed the little, in front of the little girl, you know. I have a daughter every day, she crying. When I bring a man to talk, she's stabbing up her bed. Because it don't affect when the man bury or your brother bury. It affects the people around you. Because it's a disease. COVID, it affects everybody. As we heard before, we are here to stop gun violence. We tell you, put on your gun. You're not to back it back. But before it back, talk to the vet. Or they have to serious people. And then if you can't get father or some jump out, do go right down the road. You can talk to them, and women, we have power. Even in biblical, it have power. This alone is not power. We have power. We tell a man, I love you, and he can't do nothing for me if he dead. Yes. He cannot do nothing. His own enemy might come and sleep with, because it was real so to me. He didn't bury yet, and they was telling me, well, when you come out, we gonna handle you. But I believe in order, even in death. Women, you have an important part to play. Mothers, the Naomis, the Ruth, the Esthers. We both say we're queen. But what kingdom we really running? Eh? We can't control a man. We want to be running every minute, gain a man, donating with money. Plus up, boxers, sell a phone card when he could be right there lying down and you're doing business. Sometimes tell your man, let me take a trip. Let me jump out and leave it. But if you didn't listen to me, I lifted it to see my daughter grow. Today I still crying sometimes easy. Dealing with self. But love have no face. But real love tells the truth and keep it 100. The men cannot do it alone. They need the mothers, the sisters. Not just sense your boss saying, my brother is address, and your brother will die, and you'll go and identify him. And according to who killed him, and police reach up, you can't even identify, because I couldn't even go in a funeral. I have to stand up so and wait. To see, they'll give me a paper to say, go and see the man. Yeah, it's real. And the same girl you're wearing, she will sleep with your man if they'll hold you and go with him, because that is what it happened to me. So you ain't winning no how. Unless you keep it 100. You love me and your child, do the right thing. Now, sometimes you have to tell your man run. He who run will live to fight. There's no ego thing here, because the real boss is there already. They're under the ground because the ego talk. But the sense, and we women have to play with part. That fellow talk to him, he go remember what he tell you there. And when you watch his daughter, you watch his son, nobody wants this for the children. Women, listen, your voice loud. There's no gender thing here. It's a family thing. It's a heart thing. Women speak, and your voice will be heard.
cutting each other's throats. In this concrete jungle we live in, the episode is murder she wrote. Cause you can tell how I feel when I'm hungry. You do not feel the depression that I feel when I'm broke. My so-called friends, they're just watching and laughing. They won't stretch a helping hand, I swear they have stroke. That's why I know love. She said love, nobody loves nobody.
All right, right? So I'll open up the phone lines. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, and 466-5391. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. I'm Panadol. I usually call it show, but I decided to jump in early today. Nice video, man. Yeah, man. Every day I was listening, but sometimes, last time I spoke to you, when you was in England now, and they promised me a song with Pastor Google. Pastor Google?
I listen to you, sir.
Yeah, well, so I'm drinking for my saucer. You remember that song?
Yeah, but I'm dealing with a topic. I'm dealing with a situation.
Okay,
all right?
yeah.
So I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I have the thing paid for the little boy, eh?
All right.
Yes. I was giving a son when he come at me yesterday, to give MC Duke to give you.
Okay.
I forget to give him. So I'll try to overnight it before the exam.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Pastor Google.
You can't tell how I feel when I'm lonely. Many times I just have to get up and go and roll. No one can tell.
So you saw, I showed you 3 clips today. One of a young man, no more than 15 years old or less, talking about the community, talking about how he view the community and how he believed that if we change our mindset and change the way we do things, you understand, we need to do that. And I showed you of some fathers in America who take over a school that was fight every day and change the atmosphere of the school. And then I showed you a woman with some friends of hers went into our community and what she said to them. I want to hear your views. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I just call in on behalf of 3 police officers who were at my home yesterday. I just want to thank them very much from the bottom of my heart for the services that they had given me yesterday. However, I live in the West, and I made a call to the Carnage police station around 5 o'clock. And not a Carnage police officer showed up at my door up to this morning, not up to now. Those 3 officers came from another branch, and again, I would like to thank them very much. And to the officers of my district, when people call in for services, please, 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 whether the life and death of any dispute.
I saw a memo came out from the police service where they're saying that they have, you see that, like, you're expecting, or basically the I'm trying to find it on my phone where they were saying that here what they moved that kind of Carnage could only answer Carnage, or Monripo could only answer Monripo, and that they said no longer
right,
like that.
Boundary.
Any police officer can go anywhere and deal with a situation.
Right, but what I'm trying to say, officer, Pastor Google, they are within my district nonetheless, right? 3 hours passed since I have made this call concerning a life and death threat to me in my home, right? And you, when I called back on the 3rd time, you asking me if I could come to the station where I have a situation at my home, where I calling for all it to assist me where that is concerned, right? So I think still it was all negligence on their behalf, and they need to give good services to the people within the community. Right? Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Our memories of a bygone age. Listen, the Greeks and Romans had their orgies. Days and nights cavorting in lust. But soon to plagues of locust and disease, they were crumbling into dust. Yet we building skyscrapers, walls of steel and stone, and now the...
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. You know, for the longest while, I keep saying the women in this country don't know the power that they really have. I know for a fact a lot of this criminal activity could come to an end if the women stand up against the men who dealing with it. Because I could tell you, I know of situations where that happened. This woman, this girl was with, this fella? And she tell him, listen, you can't be with me living that kind of life. And if you don't change your ways, you can't come around me. Right? He started off, he used to have his pants on my bottom. He said, I can't carry you home by me. I can't carry you in my father's house. So if you had to be with me, you had to change your style. He did change that, but he still had this kind of youngster behavior. And who tell you he didn't change it eventually? The same thing that woman was saying. Them women know the power that they have. But you see what happened is a lot of them like this stuff, money and playing and free thing and food and knockabout and lime. So for them to get that, the men have to go and do all kind of wrong things, get themselves in drugs and crime and all kind of things to provide it for them. But if they put a stop to it and make them men pull their socks up and see about the children that they have with them, all this nonsense will stop. Women don't really understand the influence that they have on the men. And a lot of them just abuse it, misuse it, become aggressive towards them, and ain't understand when they get to, it just gets worse. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with it in a way that he will understand and change the attitude. But you continue to do the things you're doing there. You only encouraging him.
All right.
You didn't ask him where you get the thing from, but you're taking it. So you continue doing it.
Thank you.
All right, Pastor.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, thanks again for enlightening the minds of people. And I would wish that a lot of mothers and sisters, if you need help, look what Pastor Google had shown you. So you have somebody you can reach out to, where this lady is trying to help the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Pastor Google, yesterday evening, I went to Shaftfly in the back by Whitcourt there to drop something for someone. And children, I asked one of the young man there, how old are you? He looking very young, like 15, 16, but he said he's 18. And that was when I was coming back, right? Because there were there about 6 of them. And as I was approaching them, a whole sort of smoke, like blocking all of them. And I told him, I don't want to go into too many detail, but I tell him that he's like a chimney, he's singing. I say we don't have chimney in Trinidad and Tobago. But the children, they look like they range from 8, and he said he's 16, but they're very small and static. Pastor Google, where are the mothers? Their one look like 9, 6, like maybe 12, 14 or so. Where are the mothers? And that is about 8 o'clock, and it's not a clean area. I said, they all stand in mud. They say it's not muddy, but it's not clean, and they're out there. Where are the parents of these children? Most of them were of Indian descent, and one of African descent. He looked like he was 9. Where the mother of that child? And the other one looked younger, like 7. Where are the parents? What are the children doing in a dark area? It's a dark area. And the home is not a well-built home, Pastor Google. I can't describe the place right now. But I'm saying, you have the opportunity. There are people who are willing to help these people, and they're not moving forward, Pastor Google. But anyway, thanks again for showing that it will reach out to somebody. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Let me start with the lady who went into the community. I saw that a couple months ago. What people saying, that women don't understand the power that we have. Yes, we do. All of us know the power that we have. It's just that some of us choose to use the wrong power, which is the one below the belt, or we choose to use the power negatively, because the mothers and the sisters, some of them encourage the crime. Encourage, go and rob so and so and so, and they know that the young men went and robbed. They know what they're going and do before they leave to go and do it. And they wait with open arms to receive the bounty of the the job that they just went and put down. So we know. And then there are others who say, but a man, you're not doing that. Or for that, they go in and bring the police for you. Because it's either you walk the straight and narrow, or you go and sit down in a prison, or you're not doing it by me. So we know, as women, we all know the power that we hold. It's just which way we choose to use it, either for positivity or for negativity. Because it's not no easy thing, as the lady say, to love this man all. And you end up making a jail and they kill him in front of your child, you know. Because that is something that these children or the families have to live with for years. We know as women, we just need to choose. So as women, some of us also need to be educated. So have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Caller? Okay, you left. All right, call me back, caller. All right, I want to show over the video again, and I just want to narrow it down. And I want to ask a straight, direct question to Trinidad and Tobago. You on the chat could answer me also. I'm going to show the video again of the fathers taking over a school that was riddled with school violence. And I want to ask today, do you believe that Trinidad and Tobago, we could do this? Yes or no? Do you believe that we in Trinidad and Tobago could get up off of our butts? You understand? Do you believe that we can do this? Do you believe it? I'm going to show it again. And the next set of calls I'm going to take, I'm taking on that. The next 20 minutes or 25 minutes that I have, I'm dealing with this video. Because people saying to me yesterday, and even after I left, that we can't do it. I am asking you, do you think that we can do it, or if we cannot do it? I went and looked. I remember this video. And again, I want to thank Bruce Wayne for finding it for me and sending it. Because Bruce and I was having a discussion this morning. And I can't believe that we throw our hands up in the air as a country and as a society to believe that we cannot do this. I am asking, can we do this? Yes or no? I'm going to show the video now. Do you think that we can do this as a country? So my question to the listeners and viewers for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, do you think that we can do this? Do you really believe that we have lost it? There's no coming back for us? Do you believe that they have to create a boot camp and demand, make it compulsory that they put our children in a boot camp? Do you really believe that we cannot do this as a nation? Taking all your calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. I believe that we can solve this problem. And you know what? Yesterday when our man called you.
No, don't go there. No. I don't want to go there.
No, we're not going back on you. I had a thought after hearing him. And I'm saying, why it is? I saw that same thing. Robert Amar played that Wall Street. I think probably sent that to Robert Amar a few weeks ago, a few months ago. And they had that program that they just played that or whatever. And listen to the gentleman yesterday. And you know what I gathered from that, Pastor Google? We don't make noise. You see the gangsters that died last week? We don't make noise for them. We make noise when I live in a community. I have a problem with a few fellas in my community. Let me put it that way. But you know, I ain't calling the police or trying to solve the problem. But you know what does make me feel happy? Why it is you don't hear the outcry? Because we're asking why we don't hear the outcry when the bandits kill the bandits. You know why?
when I sit down and analyze after what our fellow said yesterday, because I in my community, when the bandits in Mova come and take out the bandits in Bataria, I in Bataria now feel comfortable because here we're going on. My pest in my community gone. So the love and that we had gone because of what these fellas put in our community. So we develop a hate for these fellas and them. So when they get rid of them, there is no sympathy, no love, nobody in feeling hurt because we are afraid to do what those dads just did by pulling back.
But yesterday, my discussion yesterday was when an innocent, I drawed 3 stories of a young man. I'm going to find that story, and I ain't giving up on that story. I want to find that story where it had a young man from Mova, I think it was, went to buy cricks for his grandmother. When he went to the shop, somebody from the community accosted him for his cell phone, and like he didn't want to give it to them, and they shoot him in his head. My question is, why are not the communities coming out and making a big fuss about that? They said to me, it was said to me, and I heard it on several occasions, that the reason why they don't come out and protest against those things is because the criminals and the bad elements in the community will kill all of them.
No, and to some level, they are correct. Because of the elements that we have in the police force, where they tell you now you could call and give a secret, because the police and all don't trust the police. So the residents in the community now, because in where I live, the police knows. You see that incident with that match? The police was able to go to Bataria and go on all the block and make sure that nobody pull out the garbage and burn down the place. You understand what I'm saying?
So then what you're saying to me then, so then basically you're agreeing that we just have to throw our hands up in the air.
No.
Just let me finish. Let me finish. Are we seeing as a nation the bad elements? We have to accept that those bad elements could kill all of us. So if I send my son to the shop to buy flour, and he go with his tablet, and the bad element decide that they're going to kill him for his tablet, we as a community just had to accept that.
Well, here the problem with that. The shopkeeper, see who is the man who come to take the tablet. So you go on to the shopkeeper because your son just lost his life. And the shopkeeper, because he lived in the district for 25 years, afraid to go and say who did what they did. Other than that, the shopkeeper would have no shop. And this is the point I'm making. So the fear within the community because of these fellas, I would feel comfortable to know a man leave Lavantel and come and kill the same man who now killed my son and take the tablet, and I would call that George. So we've decided that our citizens decided that justice, if we can't get justice from the police, let the bandits kill the bandits. And instead of we step in to solve the problem as parents, because we are so upset and so disenchanted by we not coming together to solve the problem in the community, one community come and kill out the next community. And if you look sharp, the same thing that the man that he now take out, a bigger pest come from over to come in back.
So let me ask you this.
So
with this situations with the fathers and who went into the school and was able to bring the school under control. If all them children they decide that it was going to beat them fathers out of that school, you think it would have solved anything?
Nope.
So then how they were able to do it?
Because again, attend your parent teacher. Yeah, what the UNC is acting.
No, I don't want to go UNC. I want to. You see, you're moving my topic. I don't want to go UNC.
I'm not moving it. I'm just drawing a point. What I'm saying to you is, because we as parents, I don't go to a PTA meeting. So if I don't go to the PTA meeting, I can't know how much fight it have in the school unless I ain't see it on Facebook. Unless I go to the PTA meeting to see there is another father like me who willing, 2 fathers out of 100 willing to come in the school and stand up in front of the school because we had the time. We ain't making that effort, Pastor Google.
But they made the effort. Yeah, but so are you saying that we? So okay, so then you saying that we just throw your hand up in the air and say whatever happen.
I am saying that if we come together, we could do the same.
Well, that's what we asking. That's my question. Do you think that we could come together and do it?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon. Mano. Okay, Mano gone. All right, that's my question. That's my question. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry about the feedback. They Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I wouldn't be long, right? So I kind of working. Here is the scene. Pastor Google, it's just tears there run down my eyes when you play the first video with the youth man. Papa G, I reached one youth man. We could do it, Papa G. I reached one. When he had on the MIC uniform and he tell me he doing welding, he make sure and he see me with the uniform on because I used to be talking to him. He little miserable and he was rolling with little wrong company. No, Papa G, I don't even see him. Lyman, nothing. Say to my little 100 or something when I get paid to stay fast. I don't even see him on the street again, Papa G. We could do it. One more thing, at that time, I used to drive through the back of Malik to drop my wife to work and thing now. You know the routine now. And this youth man like he get pulled, go ringing ears, something with his sneakers, thing. I stop and I talk to that youth man. Papa G, some of them adults out there, they are nonsense. All they know to do is to skin the face of the youth and them and talk about how they ain't going to listen and they go cuss you. The miserablest youth, if you stop and just say good evening, come on, minute of your time, they just listen. They know what's going on with me? We don't have time with that. You know what we have time for? Stress and a pack of protestless. But we don't want to aid in assisting, in putting some knowledge in them youth's head. The reason why they're going astray is because we believe, being dotishly presumptuous, that they don't want to hear nothing good, and that is not true. I talk to youth from Lavantil, Pichum, bad youth. They listen to me. They say, yeah, I go and try and join our class. So all I said, that talk that us be talking, does be rubbish. Yes, we can do it, Papa G. Thank you very much. Have a nice.
Lift up their voice in praise. If we don't take heed and mend our ways, one of these days we gonna set this in
Real talk.
See, first ownership is when you blackhead people and them be making joke at themselves, no, like clown. But we don't work together and show other people we better than them. But no, think, rah.
All right, China.
What? On the other pool, bring that for me. Come now, dear. Yeah. Hey, what is no? Hey, don't play man, no. Let it play. They go and stamp that shot.
Real talk.
See, first ownership is when you blackhead people and them be making joke at themselves, no, like clown. But we don't work together and show other people we better than them. But no, think, rah.
All right, China.
What? On the other pool, bring that for me. Come now, dear. Yeah. Hey, what is no? Hey, don't play man, no. Let it play. They go and stamp that shot.
What goes around comes around again. When I look at this modern society, I see so much conflict and misery.
Darren.
Scientifically we progress rapidly, but acts of charity we bury deeply under peace-like mentality. I see fulfillment of prophecy, which holy men prophesied. Women walking casually today with their bottoms outside. And this is the example our children will follow.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, I have a young man on the phone line. I call this young man for a specific reason. And I'm going to keep him long because I know that he's a busy young man. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Pastor Google.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm all right. This is a young man from my community that I'm talking to. All right? And He was talking to me one morning. Sometimes he does upset me. He just get me vexed. But he was talking to me one morning, and he know he's dear to my heart, as he know that a lot of other young men in the community is dear to my heart. Did you know that?
Yes, I do.
Right. As he was talking to me one morning, and he said to me that he want me to talk to some young men, and I wanted to tell the nation what it is you want me to meet with these young men to talk about.
Well, these young men, they now come out of school, right? Some of them, but it's two young men. One, he recently came out of secondary school. He has 7 subjects.
Right.
And he's working CPEP.
Right.
Right? So, by interacting with him and getting to find out more about him, I said, well, you would be a nice person to talk to guide and give him ideas of where to put his application and stuff on the right path to get him on the right path. And basically, that's it.
Right. So, you were talking with them, you realized that they need guidance.
Yes.
They need somebody, they need a father figure, they need somebody who they could look up to, who could put them on the right road.
Yes.
Right. And you would have led them to me.
Yes.
Right. And we organized to meet up with them.
Yes.
Right. I just wanted you to just share that with the nation. We will talk.
Yes.
Because I know that you're busy.
All right. Have a blessed day.
All right. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. So that's a young man from my community. And that's why I have a problem. I have a problem, you know. But I wouldn't, I'd keep maintain my composure and just say at Trinidad and Tobago, I want to say this, we I remember growing up as a young man, and some of these adults don't understand how much really feel us, you know, and only want to throw you in boot camp and put you in some kind of detention and all kind of thing, you know. Only don't understand how much only feel us, you know, and only feel by putting growing up as a young man, I grew up with my mother, a strong, intelligent, self-motivating woman. I grew up with a strong woman. You listening to Trinidad and Tobago? I didn't grow up with no father figure. But you know who was, let me rephrase that. I didn't grow up in a home with a father. But I want to tell you something today. And this is why I'm not accepting that we can't do nothing. This is why I'm not accepting it, and I'm not accepting it. I'm sorry, because I was one of the troubled young men in my community. The kind of things I used to do, if I was to talk about it on this radio, half of you all will stop watching me on the live and stop listening to me. But you know who stopped me, boy? You know who God used to stop me after these people who was want to play the preaching and telling you about God and this and that? Who life you impacting? Which young man life you genuinely grab hold of and impact, boy? So when I was in my mess, in my nasty thinking, it was meant for my community. It was men from my community who grabbed hold of me. One pastor who today I consider to be my father. Mentored me throughout my whole life. And you want to throw me. Look, we don't understand how we feel. We want to. You know what? Let me leave this alone, because I will get emotional and I will get loud and people will say, you know, but I tell you this, Trinidad and Tobago, we are giving up on our children, boy. This is not winning cheap political points. This is not about winning. No, this is just about genuinely finding a solution to winning our children. When we will realize this, so my little JJ decided he want to go by the shop to buy something with his tablet, his Apple tablet, and somebody must find that he shouldn't have that. And you know what super spiritual people would say? Oh, plead the blood over your child. Let me leave this alone, Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Man, I'm feeling you, man. I'm feeling you. And you touched me there. Because Pastor Google, what is happening? Let me load down this. Let me turn down this. Pastor Google, the community gets so scared that they become complacent and staying within this room because they don't want to get involved. You understand what I'm saying, my brother?
Yeah.
And everything is about money. It's about a payment. Because if it is that we come out there voluntary to do this, understanding that the next generation is who's going to be depending on to look after us. And I hear you, my brother. Some of us, we fail to do the right thing because we bury our head in the sand. And in the last few days, these conversations that caused me, as a person who listens all the time, to come out and to say something. I spoke with Aisha. And I could understand, my brother, what you're saying, because I could give a testimony, but I didn't go all there on my own upbringing. I didn't come through with a father figure either. But I could say that I achieved because I get to know God. And that is the thing that is happening, the absence of parents treating the children in knowing about God.
And my thing is, brother, if some of these pastors who sitting down in these churches with all this truth that they believe in and all this thing that they're preaching will leave the building, just like how that pastor leave the four walls of his building and come into people's life. Come into people's life. Come and hit the Baba Green and realize that all that you're preaching people genuinely need are love, boy.
No, but they stay in the comfort zone. They stay in the comfort zone.
No, put them in a boot camp.
Yeah. The government. This one. The police do this. Come on, brother. I could take the constructive thing because we need a month of this. Because we're losing our youth to so-called community leaders who showing them love by what? By giving them what? Some of them don't have proper sneakers, they slippers, whatever, that big gun. Come, Pastor Google. The time running, brother. Let me hear somebody else. You on the right track. God bless.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. I don't know, I just genuinely wish that we could realize that, hey, our children need us, you know. These children need us. And apparently we feel that these children don't hate us, you know. They don't hate us. Thanks very much, Koga. We feel our children hate us. Our children don't hate us, you know. Our children need us. You know what we have been doing? We have been pulling away from them. Instead of drawing closer to them, we have been pulling away from them. And sorry to say, Trinidad and Tobago, we're losing them, you know. We're losing them. I will make myself available. I will make myself available for them. You understand? I'm sorry. I can't do this, boy. I know where I was. I know what I went through. I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I can't sit down and just watch this and believe. No.
Say to you, Pastor Google, yes, we can. Yeah? We can. Pray, love, talk, drink water, talk again, pray, love, talk, drink water, continuously. Something will give. Yes, we can. For a child and he or she is misbehaving, you went to say, oh no, leave them alone, let them, well, you would try and you would try and you would try and you would try. But some attitude is, it's not my children behaving so I don't care. We have to care. They are all our children. Yeah? Biologically, they might not be, but they are all our children. So we have to try, keep trying. Yes, we can. In describing your mom, you forget to add African woman. Important. Yeah.
Don't wait till you're sick in the hospital to change your attitude. Stop being carnal and be spiritual. People walking around in a mental haze and they love to laze and wouldn't even lift up their voice in praise. If we don't take heed and mend.
Yeah, man.
Yes, good afternoon, Pastor Wood. Listen, we can, according to the President of America, we can. Because if you make your child and you want your child to rule you, when your child going on, where you going, son? I'm going by Tom. Who's Tom? Who's Tom mother? What's Tom mother's number? How long are you going to stay by Tom? You pick up your phone, you call Tom mother. John by you? Yes, he by me. Okay, so and so. You know, at all that way, children, sometimes 11 o'clock at night, children now going home. And in the streets, I want 2 children playing and now going home. When we can say the mother ask them where they come from, the mother in the gallery saying, no, they talking to somebody else or talking to us. We could control our children. And that's what we have to do. We can't wait for us. And the neighbor child is your child. As long as they have proper discipline, the neighbor child is your child. At all times we can do it. And I believe so. At all times. Hello, John. Right. Where are you going this Saturday night? Where are you going this Saturday night? Go back home? Yes, and let's listen to it. Thank you.
The consciousness, the collective consciousness of the nation has to change. To begin with, we have to stop fighting among ourselves as a race, a people. We're fighting against ourselves. We have to stop all of this madness and this nonsense. Only then and then, Pastor Google, could I see any light in the tunnel. Thank you.
We progress rapidly, but acts of charity, we bury deeply under peace-like mentality. I see fulfillment of prophecy, which holy men prophesy. Women walking casually today with their bottoms outside. And this is...
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Pastor Gogo. How are you?
I'm all right.
You know, Pastor Gogo,
I hear what you're saying. Yes, we can, because I remember that went down in Shagoras, Central actually, not so far as Shagoras, and I saw a young fella with a chain with a marijuana leaf on the chain, a big chain. I said, young boy, the boy must be about 11 years old. I said, you understand what it is you're wearing, what you're advertising, what you're promoting in your life? And I start to speak to him and explain him. And I know a lot of people might have a problem with the fact that I'm talking about the marijuana leaf. But at 10 years old, you shouldn't be encouraging your child to go in that direction. I was on marijuana for years. And it's a gateway drug. It leads me to cocaine. And thank God for Jesus, I'm no longer there. But it's a gateway drug. And I know the dangers that it can pose on the life of a youth. Because I start smoking from real young. I start smoking in school, as a matter of fact. You know, and by the time 19, as a song that I wrote recently in church, because I smoke more weed than people just drink water, and that was serious because we used to get up in the morning and smoke until late in the night. Because it's Koro I grew up, you understand, and with weed until cocaine came and take over. And the life was just going down and down and down. And one person actually said something to me. He said, you know, boy, you have more education than what you're living. You're not supposed to be in this. You're not supposed to remain where you are. And, you know, it nudged me because, you know, your parents will tell you certain things. But when somebody else tell you something, and it's the same effect that the young man had, because after I finished speaking to him, he took off the chain and he put it in the pocket of the friend, and everybody, you have to listen to here, no. We have studied, he said, no, but the man makes sense. And if we can save one at a time, Pastor Google, if you save one and I save one and somebody else save one and Mano save one, that is 4 saved. That is 4 less that we're going to have to sing and bury. 4 less flowers carry. So that if it is each one of us start and take one, you know, the children and them who doing all this criminal activity, they ain't fall off a breadfruit tree. Now there's somebody niece, nephew, somebody cousin, somebody grandson.
All right.
Somebody take up something now. Somebody say something to them now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, John, so here's where I have to leave it. I want to thank all of you for being on the live today and being a part of the program. And talk to you guys tomorrow. Please go out. Don't touch your dial. Stick and stay right here on the Street 919 FM.
Their sin and will heal their land.
Kadaya, 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 Kadaya,